Today I want to test out the DJI Osmo. And I want to compare it against two other cameras, the iPhone 8 Plus and the camera that I record most of these videos with, the Sony RX 100 Mark V. Each of these cameras will be recording in 4K at 24 frames per second, and each of the cameras also has built-in image stabilization. The Sony RX 100 has its own image stabilization, the iPhone 8 Plus has its own image stabilization, which is supposed to be optical because it has the dual cameras in the back, and of course, that's the main point of the Osmo, is that it's a little 4K camera on a gimbal that can rotate and move and maintain stability. So I'm going to test each of these out in three ways. The first is I'm just going to jump up and down and move them around and just kind of shake them around. The second is I will walk and try to hold it as steady as possible. And then the third test is I'll ride them on the boosted board and see how they handle all the different movements and vibrations. Since the main point of the Osmo is to reduce vibrations and movement and to make everything move nice and buttery smooth, I'm expecting it to do better than the others. But since this is also expensive, it ranges anywhere from $450 to $600 depending on where and when you buy it. Is it actually worth investing in this whole separate thing? Or is something like your phone or a point and shoot camera just as good or good enough in terms of stability? So let's find out. Here's the iPhone, moving around, looking at things. And now me kind of jumping up and down with it. Not that you would film it while jumping up and down, but you never know. And here's the Sony RX 100 Mark V, kind of walking around, moving around, taking some steps. Me jumping around with it. Maybe I went to a concert and now I'm jumping. Here's iPhone 8, same basic thing, running, walking. And here's the Sony, same thing. So I think the Osmo definitely makes a difference You can really notice how smooth and nice the shots are. It's a really fun thing to use. The video quality is pretty great. It mixes in with other 4K things really nicely. And even though it's still kind of expensive, the price point isn't that crazy. However, there are a few caveats with it. The biggest one for me is this part right here, which is on the side of it, there's a mount they have to play with to mount your phone to it so that you can see what you're recording as you record it, and you can do all the settings and things. You can still use this without it, but then you can't see what you're recording and it's really hard to change the settings. Personally, I'm not a fan of any time you need to use a proprietary app to use a device. It just tends to be a hassle. Then you have to keep your phone charged, you have to hook it all up. This then becomes a much bigger deal. It's a bigger device than it would be with just the camera. You are able to remove this mount, and if you do that, this is a relatively small and easy to use thing to carry around, but you can't really see what you're recording. I don't know that I would necessarily use this as a main camera. Like if you're someone who's just looking to get a camera and start out, probably wouldn't start with this, but if you have the money and you want to add it to your gear, I think this is a great, valuable, really fun addition. It's broken. Solution.